morning. Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Tuesday, May 7th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by my compadre this morning. I got my guy TC Stills, and I got the one and only Mrs. Grace Monroe. Folks, how we doing?
I'm great. I mean, this is again with Grace, man. It's what a pleasure. This is a fun group, man. I love this.
Yeah.
In the morning, Tuesday morning,
Grace,
wake up.
Grace, how you feel? Just to let everybody know, when me and TC was backstage, set it up, about to hit live, Grace like literally slid in. It was like, I'm not late. I'm sliding into home plate. I'm live. Here. Let's go. Grace, good morning. Thank you for joining us. But how you feeling, Grace? After the Yankees swept the Tigers, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Wow. The rain delay game was a little wild and crazy. It was kind of fun though to watch. I feel bad for them who had to play in it, but it's fun to watch. But I feel good. We did what we were supposed to do. We beat the teams we're supposed to beat. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Grace said, we'll beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. But at the same time, I don't want to sleep on the Tigers because they were coming into the series against the Yankees. They were 18-13. After being swept, they're 18-16. Yeah. But the AL Central last year, we thought was a laughing stock. And coming into this season, we thought it was going to be a punching bag. The Tigers look good. The Kansas City Royals look good. When the Cleveland Guardians look good. The two teams that look horrible is one of the teams that won the division last year, and the Twins, and the Chicago White Sox, who have become the laughing stock of Major League Baseball and is in Major League Baseball perpetuity at the moment. I just want to shout out the chat real quick. Before we continue, shout out to my guy, Richie Rivera from Empire State of Baseball. If you guys aren't tuned in, make sure you guys go and subscribe to them. They had me on yesterday. They had me for a spotlight as a content creator. I felt a little nervous jumping on, but I love joining the fellas in the conversation. My guy, Senor Acevedo, is in the building. Old Sarge is in the building. The crew on the brew. Absolutely. My guy Jake L is in the building. Javier Velez is in the building. The young fella himself, Mr. Jacob Petruzzi, is in the building. Petruzzi, how you doing? Louis is in the building. Big time Jerry is in the building. And of course, the love of my life, Alex Campos, she's in the building right now. Alex. Tuning in with us. Shout out to Alex as well. If you guys haven't tuned in, make sure you guys go and watch the last Law and Order episode, because my girlfriend, she was featured at the end of it. So please go and support. We support each other over here. So she was in Law and Order. Make sure you go watch that dum-dum episode. Shout out to my guy, DJ Stills, who is in the building as well. Salute, 3 capital S's. But like Grace said, the New York Yankees, we swept the Detroit Tigers. And a big piece of that was Anthony Rizzo. Let's talk about El Calzone. He had the walk-off hit, a couple of ding-dongs on the season. Anthony Rizzo is hitting .263, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. When you look at his last 7 games, he has a .320 average, a .393 on-base percentage, and a .640 slugging. Our friend Johnny Lasagna said this is about to be a full-time Anthony Rizzo resurgent bandwagon account, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon as well. TC, I'm going to throw it over to you and then throw it over to Grace. Give us your thoughts on the El Calzone. What's your thoughts on Riz?
Yeah, well, ever since he's been moved down in the lineup, like 5th, 6th spot, I think that's propelled him to what he's doing now, and especially on Friday night. Friday night, we were all down in the dumps that whole game, and then Anthony Rizzo comes up and hits that base hit. We win, walk off. I mean, that propelled them through the weekend because it was looking really bad, embarrassing to be down 1-0 on a walk. This team can't hit again. And, this is what happens. Rizzo was a spark plug. Hats off to Stanton with the double, and Judge started it off, and Verdugo with the bunt. I mean, this team is starting. It's a little like baby steps, to get out of this, hitting slump. But, this weekend was great. Anthony Rizzo, I think he had a big 3-run home run in the, Saturday's game. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for him. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, definitely. D-Rod in the chat says, if Rizzo keeps playing like this, we're going to have to call him on Stromboli. Grace, what's your thoughts on the Riz?
I mean, I love to see Anthony Rizzo back. He's such a strong piece of this lineup. If he's there, he was the lefty bat we went to get a couple of years ago. And ever since then, it's like he's never been truly on while Judge was on. It was like, a seesaw, and now Judge has been off, as we all know. He's starting to turn the corner. Rizzo is turning the corner. Soto's there. I mean, it's a very exciting time. Like, the hope is high, I feel like, for the Yankees lineup. If Rizzo and Judge and Soto can all be going at the same time, and we have Stanton doing his thing with like a 250 average, hitting some home runs every now and then. That's all we need from Stanton. Yeah. We are going to be in such a good position to accept Jason Dominguez back into the lineup, to accept DJ LeMahieu back into the lineup, right into the stretch, right into the postseason. That's how I'm writing it out. So I love to see Anthony Rizzo coming back. He looked lost at the plate. He looks like he's seeing it a lot more. He's still crowding the plate like he always used to do. His style is uniquely his. So it's hard to compare him to other batters, but when he's on, he is on, so I'm really happy to see him coming back. I want him to come all the way back. His defense has been looking a little bit better too. So
at the beginning of the season, it was a little bit shaky, his defense, but like you said, Grace, he started to come back. And like TC pointed out, I think moving him down in the lineup, it takes the pressure off of him. We already put a lot of pressure having him be in Judge's protection in the lineup. But let's put this into context. He is coming back off of a severe concussion that he had last year, right? He lost his motor skills in the end of the season, you can say. So he's coming back from that. So having him in the cleanup spot where he was originally, I think is a little bit too much pressure. But moving him down in the lineup allows him to just be Anthony Rizzo, let him be that veteran that he is. And I like what I'm saying. I know I brought it up in the graphic. I'm going to bring it up one more time. When you look at Anthony Rizzo over his last 7 games, he's hitting 320. Over his last 15, it's 309, right? Yeah. Anthony Rizzo, if this is the version of Anthony Rizzo we're going to get, we're going to need this, right? I said it when I was on with Dexter Henry. Shout out to my friend Dexter Henry, who had me on SNY over the weekend. But this is what I said.
Great job.
I said, thank you, TC. I said, we need someone who's not named Juan Soto to step up. The first guy is Aaron Judge. We saw Aaron Judge start the bottom of the ninth that game on Friday against the Tigers for seeing eye single up the middle. We need other people who's not named Juan Soto to step up, and seeing Aaron Judge starting to turn things around and Anthony Rizzo turn things around. It's a good sight because when you look at Judge, we're going to get into Judge, but over his last 10 games, Aaron Judge is batting .314. He has 11 hits, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 7 runs scored. We were all worried about the captain, thinking, oh, is he battling an injury? Is he injured and he's fighting through it? He's not letting us know what's really going on. Friday game in Detroit, seeing him running back and forth through the outfield, I'm like, yeah, he's not injured. He's running down balls in left center field gap. It's just timing. And you see his timing is starting to get around him. I know we were all worried about, is Juan Soto going to have that protection behind them because they could just start walking Juan Soto. Now they started walking Juan Soto over the weekend, and Yankees started coming through. Judge came through. Rizzo came through. Giancarlo Stanton came through over the weekend, right? So hopefully we get some more consistency for the lineup. But let's just switch gears real quick. I just want to bring up a chat because I just saw someone in the chat that I didn't shout out. Shout out to Samantha T, who's in the building. One of the best moderators out there. Samantha T, how you doing? DJ Still says this: Judge's mechanics is off. His swing is just a tad late compared to last year. And over the weekend, if you saw, his batting stance, not saying that it's different, but where he keeps his shoulder, it's not as wide out as before. It's more compressed. Shout out to my guy,
I noticed that.
Jax, who pointed that out on Twitter. Shout out to Jax. If you guys aren't following Jax12, make sure you guys follow him. He's a great mind in the Yankees community. He pointed that out over the weekend. But talking about Judge, I'm going to throw it over to you, Grace. Lead the conversation when it comes to number 99, the captain, Aaron Judge. Fireside Yankees, they put it out there. In his first 23 games of the season, Aaron Judge was hitting 174. He had a 337 slugging, a 90 weighted runs created plus. But over his last 13 games, those numbers have switched dramatically. He has a 304 batting average, a 630 slugging, and a 198 WRC plus. Grace, I'm gonna throw it over to you. What's your thoughts?
I wonder if him getting thrown out was just what he needed to be like, do you know who I am? Like, do you know who I am? I don't get thrown out of games. I don't mouth off to refs. I don't, you know what I mean? To refs, to umps. I lead this team. I'm the leader. This is my team. I'm Aaron Judge. Okay, ready, bet. Next at bat he had after he got ejected was a home run, a no doubter. So I'm like, maybe this man just needed to come back and make a statement on who he is and what he's about. You know, a lot of times, because you were talking about how we all thought maybe he was injured, we find out like maybe he's not injured. What's going on? The mental game is such a huge part of baseball, which is why, you know, I dog on Gleyber Torres all the time. It's not his talent, it's his mental game. You know what I'm saying? So for Aaron Judge, maybe it was something mental, whether it was the pressure of having Soto bat in front of him, or the pressure of this is actually the best team that he's had maybe since he's been up to go all the way. Maybe it was the pressure of, you know, who knows what, his toe, you know, who knows, that was getting to him, that he needed a mental kick in the ass, not a physical kick in the ass, a mental kick in the ass. Maybe him getting ejected was that, for him to be like, what am I, you know, like waking up, what am I doing? I'm Aaron Judge. Like, this is who I am. You know what I mean? Maybe that was what he needed to push him over the mental block that he maybe had. I don't know.
Well, it was weird for me seeing Aaron. Derek Jeter was never thrown out of a game in his career. That was the first time Aaron Judge was thrown out in a game. It was funny because I was at the Woodbridge event. I was interviewing Joe Girardi, and that literally happened while we were all together. And Joe Girardi was like, "No, he didn't get thrown out." And when he looked at the team, he's like, "Oh wow, he didn't get thrown out of the game." I just want to take a pause real quick. We're about to hit 11:15. Folks in the chat, if you guys can, I know I've been preaching this over the last couple of weeks, but if you guys can really help us out, YouTube is switching up their algorithm. They're trying to become the new TikTok. So if you look on this chat screen, you see these reactions right here. If you guys can, please spam those reactions. It helps getting the live and pushing the lives to the YouTube algorithm. It's not the original. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe and watch for 5 minutes. That will push the live out. Now you got to do the reaction because, like I said, YouTube wants to be the new TikTok. I want to highlight some chats real quick. NFE, my guy NFE was like, trade the captain. What's crazy about that? Like Samantha said, sadly, there was some fans screaming over the weekend to trade Aaron Judge. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it in different Twitter spaces. I was like, listen, what are you guys smoking on? My guy Damian Serrano is in the building. Damian, how you doing? Salute to you. And Samantha says, hey, Hector, I'm looking to catch a game in late June. Samantha, let me know which game. Let me know the date, and I will be there ASAP. Maybe you can hit up Billy's bar afterwards. If you guys haven't been to Billy, you know what I mean? DJ Still says spam. Spam sounds good right now with some queso frito. First of all, you know, us Puerto Ricans, we grew up on spam and corned beef in a can. Samantha T said, maybe if the umps weren't so at their job, the players wouldn't be annoyed and questioning them. Look at what Buckner did on Sunday. Ridiculous. And I'm glad that we are here collectively to go through it, because there's something that I like to do, right, TC, when it comes to the umpire scorecard, right? You know, I like looking up the umpire scorecard. So let me find the date. It was what, May 5th? Let me get May 5th right now. As I bring up May 5th, I'm gonna bring up my guy Damian Serrano to join us in the conversation. Damian, let me get a thumbs up. My guy Damian, the fly guy, Mr. Damian Serrano. Dame, my guy.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, brother?
TC, Miss Grace, how y'all doing today?
Chilling, bro. Speak to the people.
We're all
Let
good.
us know how you feel about Judge.
Oh man, everybody, shame on you for doubting him. Let's call it what it is. Listen, we all knew Judge was going to pull out of it. He's the captain of the team. For all those people out there saying that it's Soto's team all of a sudden, shame on y'all. The guy did so much for this organization, inside, outside the organization, whether it's on the field, off the field. He's the captain. He's going to be who he is. At the end of the season, he's going to have his 50 dingers. He's going to hit for average. And man, that 1-2 punch of Soto Judge.
50.
Listen, The league. Oh yeah, 50. Guarantee it. Watch it.
Mhm.
Listen, Judge last year, he's out for 2 seasons, finished with what, 38, 39, missed two months of the season. So listen, the league better watch out because Judge last year, matter of fact, his 62 home run year at the end of April, the guy only had 5 home runs, finished with 62.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, last year again, 37, 38 home runs. The league better watch out. Judge and Soto back to back. That's all I gotta say. So
yeah, I want to pull up a chat real quick. Samantha T just said Grace's hair is looking hot today. Grace, this is why I gotta ask you. Next time you go to the barbershop or next time you go to the salon and you get a haircut, just pick up the hair, put it in a bag, send it to me, and make me a wig so I can wear it. I don't got nothing up there, Grace. So help me out, por favor.
First of all, y'all are so nice. I swear to God, y'all are so nice. That's really sweet. Thank you.
I want to switch the conversation because
I got that hair
Grace
like that one pitcher. What was his name? What was that curly haired pitcher? You know I'm talking about, the Detroit Tiger, the closer. He had that curly hair. It was
the
coming,
lefty.
The rain was coming down. His hair, his curls were popping off.
Oh,
And
Well,
I was like, I feel your pain with that curly hair.
Andrew Chafin
Well,
was
they
the
got
guy
robbed,
coming out the bullpen. Yeah. So I want to switch the gears because we got to talk about a pitcher that some Yankee fans were very skeptical. You know, I'm guilty of it. I know some of us on this panel may be guilty of it as well. But Clay Holmes, can we speak about Clay Holmes so far? In 16 games this season, Clay Holmes has given up 0 earned runs. He has 1 walk, 18 strikeouts, and 11 saves. And his entire career, Mariano Rivera never had any 16-game span where he did this. Again, Mariano Rivera is a great. I'm not comparing Clay Holmes to him because that's unfair to Clay Holmes. But when you look at the numbers and when you look at what you're getting from Clay Holmes right now, there's an argument that Clay Holmes is the best closer in Major League Baseball right now. And I know some of us Yankee fans, we were preaching for the Yankees to go get another closer, an actual closer. Grace, I'm going to throw it over to you. Start the conversation. What's your thoughts on Mr. Cardiac Clay? Has he won you over? Nope, delayed.
Grace, you there?
Grace, you there?
Oh, you're asking me? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm waiting like, who's supposed to be talking? Oh my God.
Waiting
It's
for
me.
you.
Sorry. Thank you for asking me, Hector. I'd love to answer this question about Clay Holmes. I think, I'm shocked. No offense to Clay. Like, I'm shocked to my core. I did not expect this at all. I remember him just getting rattled last year. Like, if he would put one person on base, whether it was a walk or a hit by pitch, God forbid, he just would unravel from there. And I would watch him mentally just begin to sabotage himself. Anytime he had to field a ball, even if it was a slow roller, like whatever it was toward the mound, anytime he had to step off the mound and field the ball out, we would watch him unravel. He couldn't field. He couldn't run. And I just did not want him to be the long-term solution for our closer spot. We talked about doing closer by committee because nobody ever wanted to commit to Clay Holmes because I think like outright commit to him when we had Michael King and, we had a couple options. And so we had Johnny Loizaga coming back and there was some chatter about maybe him doing it, but it was just like, nobody wanted to say Clay Holmes is our closer. We're sticking with Clay. And now obviously we all are thinking the same thing, which is like, holy shit, this guy like has shut us all up. Like he has been incredible this year. You cannot deny it. The past is the past. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Every year in base, like look at pitchers like Blake Snell. He could have an off year one year, the next year he's nails Cy Young winner. I mean, the past is the past. Okay, we all know what happened in the past. We all know how we felt. This year, Clay Holmes is something different. He has been in control. Yeah, I think he has had a few wild moments, but that's to be expected. Throwing the breaking ball that he throws, right? I mean, that fast, like fucking break. Sorry, I said that word again.
No, you good. You good.
Clay great. The past is gone. Clay Holmes is our closer. I don't want to hear to find a solution at that point. Clay Holmes is our closer, and he is the best closer in baseball right now. According to the statistics,
Grace.
You cannot argue that.
Speak on it.
So
you can't.
I mean,
you can't argue.
It's his free agent
argue
walk year.
against results.
Maybe he's going for that money.
Yeah, like you said, you can't argue against results.
No,
people lie.
It's black
numbers
and
don't
white.
lie.
It's statistics. Like I'm not like a big analytics person, but in this case,
yeah. I want to bring up a chat from my guy Rich Rivera because I remember this. He said, "Remember when I defended Clay Holmes back in the off season on this very show? You all thought I was crazy when I said he had top 5 closer potential. Let's go, Clay." And I'm gonna say I was guilty of that because the one criticism that I had with Clay Holmes, and I think everybody else can hear where I'm coming from or share what I'm feeling, is that Clay Holmes, he's a ground ball pitcher. Right? If you're going to be a closer in Major League Baseball, especially in the postseason, you need a closer who is a strikeout guy. In the postseason, those ground balls that are normally double plays or easy fielders to the third baseman, shortstop, or second baseman, those become CNI singles and just go through the infield. So that's why when I look at Clay Holmes, yes, he's having a phenomenal season right now. I think he's at a 75 or 80% ground ball rate. Shout out to Clay Holmes because he's killing it. I hope he could stay consistent at this level. And for you Yankee fans out there that is criticizing Aaron Boone on the way that he's handling Clay Holmes, listen, Clay Holmes, he had back issues last year. When Clay Holmes' back is barking, that slider, it doesn't break. That sinker, it's not a heavy sinker. It becomes batting practice when Clay Holmes' back is acting up. So just I appreciate Aaron Boone being somewhat transparent with the way he's handling the bullpen, but just calm down. We're still in the month of May. Now, if we're in September and we're still doing the same nonsense, then we can have a different conversation. I just want to point it out, that umpire that threw out Aaron Judge on Sunday, normally 95% is what Major League Baseball wants their umpire. For Sunday, that umpire, he was there. He was at 95.5%. So he was at where Major League Baseball wanted him to be. But his expected accuracy, what they expected for him going into the game was 94%. So he's 1% under average when it comes to where Major League Baseball wants their umpires. So you could look at that how you want to look at that. He according to the scorecard, he only has 6 missed calls on the day. So one of those must have been that call against Aaron Judge. So you figure it out. But Damian, I'll throw it over to you. Give us your take when it comes to Clay Holmes and the Yankees bullpen in general. I want to bring up this graphic real quick about the bullpen. My guy, Aiden B-Champs, very similar to my last name, but he said this: entering today, the Yankees bullpen had the 6th lowest strikeout percentage amongst major league teams at 20%. If the bullpen is going to inherit runners, they need to start getting some more strikeouts. They are great at generating soft contact, but it could come back to bite them at the end of the day. And that's the same thing that I just said. In the postseason, those ground balls become seeing eye singles. So they need to step up that strikeout rate. Dame, I'll throw it over to you. Speak on Clay and speak on the bullpen.
Man, I was one of those that was totally against Clay. So I'm eating my words so far. With Clay, I think with Clay, it's all about mechanics. He understands who he is. He's mechanically on point at this point. And, adding that sweeper, adding that curve, adding the slider changed the game for him. So Clay knows who he is at this point. It's a contract season, and he's pitching with confidence. And I think that's a big thing for him, is making sure that he's out there pitching with confidence every single day. As far as the bullpen in general, I don't want to see Caleb Ferguson. I'm sure you feel my sentiments on that. I could use without him. We need another lefty out of the pen. We got a lot of arms coming back. Trevino, Cayley, hopefully eventually. But when it comes to the lefties, Victor Martinez and Caleb Ferguson, I can't say I'm too confident in that combo there. So, Miss Erica, good morning. So the bullpen is great. Bullpen is fine. We got some. I think that's our weakest point as far as the entire team, really, at this point, and that's a good thing because that's one of our strongest points. Yeah. But we could definitely use one more lefty coming out that pen that's not named Caleb Ferguson. So, but besides that, Caleb, listen, right now, cardiac Clay, he got a pacemaker put in, so he's doing good. And at the end of the day, thank God we didn't get we didn't spend $19 million on the guy in Houston that's sitting there right now. So
yeah, oh man, you know, and I don't want to shit on this former Yankee, but he signed with the San Diego Padres, a lefty out of the bullpen. And I wanted the Yankees to bring him back, Wandy Peralta. But on the season, Wandy Peralta, he has a 4.02 ERA. Wandy is not the same Wandy that was with the Yankees a couple of seasons ago. The Wandy that we saw last year was a Wandy Peralta that was overused, and he was just tired, and it was just out of gas. And you see that in San Diego. He's not the same pitcher from 2 seasons ago who was a solid reliever that you could count on coming out of the pen. After Clay Holmes a couple of seasons ago, Wandy was our second closer. Let's be honest. 2 seasons ago, if Clay wasn't in the game, it was either Wandy Peralta or Jonathan Lasagna. But Jonathan Lasagna got injured, so they went to Wandy Peralta. But when you look at that bullpen, right? The bullpen, we're not even whole. We still have some guys coming. Birdie is starting his rehab assignment, right? Tommy Kahnle should be coming back sooner rather than later. When Gerrit Cole comes back to the starting rotation, Luis Hill most likely is going to get inserted into that bullpen. So the bullpen that you see right now with the Caleb Fergusons, I like Victor Gonzalez way better than Caleb Ferguson. Sometimes Victor has been shaky, but hey, he's performed way better than Caleb has. So when you look at it, this bullpen, we're not even whole right now, right? This entire roster, we're not even whole. We're still waiting for DJ LeMahieu. We're still waiting for Jason Dominguez at the moment, and we are still able to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. Yes, did we lose 3 out of 4 against the Baltimore Orioles? We absolutely did. But what were we missing in those 3 games that we lost? Verdugo. We were missing Verdugo. Verdugo was a big part of our offense, especially being the backup to Aaron Judge. If you have Verdugo, and I know some Yankee fans, they would rather Verdugo be in the leadoff spot. I want to listen. You already have Volpe in the leadoff spot. If you move Volpe out the leadoff spot, you're going to hurt him rather than help him. So just leave him right there and let him figure it the fuck out. I mean, let him figure it out. Sorry for cursing. I'm trying not to curse as much. But let him figure it out, right? Keep Verdugo behind Judge, because at least if you have Verdugo behind Judge, you have someone who's not I'm going to just wait for the home run. You have a guy who puts the ball in play behind Aaron Judge. And if you put the ball in play 9 times out of 10, it's going to find a hole. TC, I want to throw it over to you. Speak to the bullpen. Speak to Clay Holmes. Let the people know what's your thoughts.
Yeah, I was like, just like you guys, I was skeptical about Clay Holmes this year, you know, because he when he comes in, it seems like he's either on or he's just wild and he walks the ballpark. You know, this year, starting off in the beginning of the season, he was that way. You know, even though his stats show only 1 walk, it just seemed like he had base runners everywhere, whether it's either seeing eye single or our fielding was making, you know, tons of errors for him. He was just unlucky. But now the last, 10, 11 games he's been in, he's unhittable. That whatever Slombio, you know, screwball that he's throwing, it is just ridiculous, nasty, filthy. These guys have no clue. I see hitters up there just guessing, like, I don't know, I've never seen this pitch before. They look clueless. So I hope he keeps it up and just stays consistent. Just, the stats are great now. Lay off the walks. We don't need any more walks. That's the key for and get the ground balls, but we need strikeouts. The bullpen does need to come in and leave these runners stranded, because they seem to always let the runners score that they inherit. But the bullpen as a whole, like you said, we got Kahnle coming back. We got Lou Trevino also. Birdie's on his way back. Luis Hill probably slot back there. So the guys that we have, I'm a little concerned at Ian Hamilton. Ian Hamilton has not looked the same. And I think that's a big problem in our bullpen right now. That's he's our guy that sets up Clay Holmes, and he has not been that guy. He's walking too many hitters, and they're guys are getting good contact off him. So that's a little bit concerning. Caleb Ferguson, I think, I know he struggles at times, but I think he's going to figure it out. I think he's a good pitcher. He just I think it's just some mechanics here and there. I think he'd be okay. I don't want to put him on the Nick Ramirez level, but it's very concerning too. But the bullpen as a whole has the pitching as a whole has saved our season. They have been the MVPs so far, because it's taken 3, 4, almost a week and a month and a half already of the hitting to try to catch up to the pitching. So I think it's there. And when we get everybody back, my goodness, this team is going to be unstoppable. So, and then another thing I wanted to add about, I wanted to add about the Verdugo, about you telling him, putting him in the fourth spot. Don't forget, he laid down a bunt as a cleanup hitter.
Yes.
That's what we miss. And that is huge because he's keeping them off guard. And
everyone was caught off guard. Everybody was caught off guard. Detroit was caught. I was caught off guard. And when was the last time you guys saw a cleanup hitter for the New York Yankees laid out a bunt to get on base? That right there just adds pressure to the Detroit Tigers. It was huge. It was solid. And I think when you look at Verdugo, right? When the Yankees
and it was
traded
beautiful. It was perfect.
Yeah, no. When the Yankees initially traded for Verdugo, I was very skeptical of it, right? When there was rumors about the Yankees wanted to trade Gleyber Torres for Verdugo, I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? But the way that Verdugo has embraced being a Yankee, the way that Verdugo has embraced his teammates. There was an article that was put out last week with Marcus Stroman and Verdugo. We all know how like Marcus Stroman wears the do-rag and stuff. And you have some Yankee fans that are embracing it. And you have some Yankee fans that are saying, if George Steinbrenner was alive, he wouldn't be wearing the do-rag. I personally don't give a rat's ass about it. But you hear the outside noise. Verdugo went up to Stroman and was like, yo, bro, can I have one so I could wear it with you? That way people aren't just talking about you. They could talk about me as well. That's a teammate right there. That's a teammate right there who's going to take all the noise from one of his teammates and put it onto him. When he was traded and you heard the backlash, different people from the Red Sox organization, Jonathan Papelbon, people close to Alex Cora, decided to start shitting on Alex Verdugo. I was like, nah, something's not right. Apparently, he probably wasn't there like what they wanted to. He wasn't their cup of coffee. I'm gonna say it like that. But over here with the Yankees, you see him. Judge is embracing him, right? Marcus Stroman is embracing. The fans are embracing him. So shout out to Alex Verdugo. I like what I'm seeing out of Doogie. I want to highlight some chats real quick. Shout out to Erica. Erica, my friend Erica from Yankees Twitter is in the building. Erica said something. I want to bring it up. Where is it? It was about the bullpen. And this is one person that he's not getting kudos. And that's Luke Weaver. And that's Luke
I did forget to mention him.
As a long reliever coming out of that bullpen, he has been phenomenal. Clark Smith is going to give you 5 innings. That's what Clark Smith is going to give you. 5 innings, 3 runs, which you could say that's okay start. But honestly, if you're only pitching 5 innings, 2 runs at the most. But if you're giving up 3 runs, you're going to have somebody else coming out of that bullpen that can quiet the opponent's offense. And Luke Weaver has done that. He's been phenomenal. Last year, Luke Weaver, I would never in a million years think that this version would be the same person. I would never think that Luke Weaver from last year would be this person that we're seeing right now. And all of this, like Erica pointed out in the chat, credit to Matt Blake.
Yeah.
Credit to Matt Blake. This is a guy that was with the Cleveland Guardians that was known for being a not an analytic guy, but somebody who is a baseball nerd, who dives into the numbers, who looks at videos. And when he came over to the New York Yankees, I was very skeptical. I was very skeptical of Matt Blake. But seeing what he has done over the past couple of years, Matt Blake is probably the best pitching coach in Major League Baseball. If not the best, at least top 3 pitching coach in Major League Baseball. What's your thoughts on Matt Blake? Let's throw it around real quick. I'll throw it over to TC, Grace, and then Damian. Let's get your thoughts real quick on Matt Blake.
No, Matt Blake's the mastermind. I mean, he's figuring out. I'm sorry, wasn't it Damian?
No. Go ahead. No. Damian just. I think his camera just froze. He'll come back. Go ahead.
No. He's transformed this bullpen, this pitching staff. I mean, he's taking guys that have been left for dead and turned them into stars like Clay Holmes. I mean, Ian Hamilton. I mean, Luke Weaver. I mean, these guys are not top-notch closers or bullpen guys, and they're finding a way. I don't know what he shows them new grips or new, the mechanics or the analytics or all everything together. I mean, they are, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable where they find these guys and they become these phenomenal pitchers. I mean, I see no problem with this bullpen overall. I mean, Even Ron Marinaccio's figured it out. I mean, he's coming through. You know, he was gone for a while and now
turning
he's
it
back.
around.
And
He was in
it's
purgatory.
amazing. It's amazing that the job Matt Blake does with these guys, and hats off to him because I'm sorry, but without this pitching, this team is 500. Honestly, because the hitting hasn't caught up yet.
Below 500.
You're probably right.
Below 500.
Because they're keeping them in every single game. I can pick out maybe 1 or 2 games where they got blown out, like most recently the Oriole game where they gave up, Rodon gave up 7 runs. But the majority of the games, they're right in there. If they get a key hit here or there, they're winning those games. So the pitching is keeping them there, and especially the bullpen, and just having a group of guys that believe in themselves. That's what it is. These guys go out and they, you know, even their name on the back, you know, there's no names on their jersey, but their names aren't, you know, high, you know, star names, but it doesn't matter. These guys are pitching above their pay grade, basically. You know, I mean, these guys are performing, and it's all credit to Matt Blake. And you know, can't say enough about what the job he's done.
I would have never thought May 7th, I can say confidently that Luis Hill and Marcus Stroman have been the best pitchers for the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
I can say that confidently, that a guy by the name of Luis Hill, who had Tommy John surgery, maybe could be rookie of the year if he keeps going the way he's going. That him
Corbin Burns.
and a guy named Marcus Stroman, who almost 50% of the fan base did not want to be a Yankee. Why? Because he hurt your fifis. He said something on Twitter that made your fifis hurt. Oh, you hurt your fifis. Grace, I'll throw it over to you. Give us your take when it comes to Matt Blake.
It's
on you.
So with Matt Blake, I think the biggest maybe. See y'all. Okay, here. Okay, everybody, listen to me.
It's okay.
They are right now. If you live in the burbs like I do, then you know what I'm talking about. They are right now working on the road and putting fiber cable in my neighborhood, like for internet. So they're literally upgrading the internet right now, like trucks, like digging ditches right now. So I'm dealing with a little bit of a lag today, and I'm only getting like every 5 words that everybody else is saying. So if you see me looking like this, like over here, like what's going
You're
on?
good, Grace. You're
I'm trying
good.
to figure out what everybody's saying. I'm just doing my best.
50% of Grace is still better than
I
anything
go
else.
and see y'all on Thursday. No, you're so sweet. So Matt Blake, the biggest endorsement that I can say of Matt Blake as a Yankees fan, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. It used to be like we would acquire some no-name guy or whoever, and we'd be like, who is this guy? What are they doing? I can't believe this. Now, after we've experienced the Matt Blakeism of so many pitchers, we acquire somebody and we're like, who the hell is this guy? Oh, well, Matt Blake's got it. And the fact that the Yankees fans can feel that way or generally think that way is the biggest endorsement that you could give somebody on a coaching staff, because the Yankees fans are not the ones to just blindly trust in people. You know, we haven't felt that way in a long, long time. The fact that I think collectively we all generally feel that way about these acquisitions that Matt Blake wants to add to the team, and he turns what is it, like coal into diamonds? Okay, I don't know the metaphor, but you know what I'm saying. That he makes these guys into great pitchers, great additions to the team. They contribute so much. Sometimes he gets them for short term, sometimes long term, you know. But just the fact that we can feel that confidence in a member of the coaching staff is not normal for Yankees fans. So I think that tells volumes, you know, speaks volumes to how we all feel about his skill, if that makes any sense.
No, it definitely.
And why I was so mad at
100%
Carlos
sense.
Rodon when he turned his back on him on the mound. That was completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm all for being a gamer and an athlete and getting, you know, fired up, but like that
No, I was gonna say we'll get to Mr. Carlos Rodon in a little bit, but Damien, let's give us your take about Matt Blake. And our friend Erica, she put something in the chat concerning Carlos Rodon. I'm gonna just bring it up. Are you guys concerned with the last Rodon outing? Not sure if it was discussed during the stream late. We'll get to that. Damien, give us your take when it comes to Matt Blake, and then I'll throw it over to TC to start the conversation that Erica brought up.
It says a lot when out of the entire coaching staff, including your manager, that the person you have the most confidence in is your pitching coach, is Matt Blake. I mean, let's face it, when you talk about the entire staff, whether it's Rousing, Boone, Osmus, Blake, and, Harkey in the back, the one person that you have the most confidence in is Matt Blake. So, like kind of to everybody's point, when you get some of these guys that come into the fold, the one thing is you always tell yourself, well, I want to see what Matt Blake can do with this guy, whether it's a no name or whether it's a name. And I think the biggest part with Blake is that he works and focuses on your strengths. So if you're a pitcher who throws a sinker ball, he's going to work on that strength with you. He's going to make you perfect that pitch. Same, people like Dennis Santana. Nobody thought Santana was going to be anything. And this kid has come in and he's now become the eighth inning guy. And it's not Hamilton, it's Santana, and he's worked with them. So he plays to your strengths. And I think that's the biggest thing with Blake compared to all the Yankee pitchers, all the Yankee past pitching coaches, is that he doesn't try to change you. He works to your strengths. He doesn't try to add pitches that you have no clue what you're doing, a la Sonny Gray. We all knew Gray did not want to throw certain pitches. They try to force that on with Larry Rothschild. So that's the biggest thing with Blake, is that he works to your strengths, and he's the one guy now, that whole coaching staff, that you have the utmost confidence in, including the manager of the Yankees. So when it comes to that, I mean, Lord have mercy, what can you say about Matt Blake? The guy should be the coach of the year if they ever gave one to anybody other than the manager. So.
No, I'm right there with you. When you look at the bullpen, and this is what's very interesting. Normally in a season, you probably have 1, 2, maybe 3 guys whose ERA is ballooned and who makes your ERA bad, right? But when you look at this Yankee bullpen, Clay Holmes' ERA, 0 across the boards. Even Ian Hamilton and his struggles, Ian Hamilton has a 2.60 ERA. Dennis Santana has a 3.45 ERA. Victor Gonzalez, 2.25. Luke Weaver, 2.86. Ron Marianaccio, 1.86. Cody Petit, 1.50, right?
And
the person,
to that point, look at
Jose Trevino with a 1.800 ERA. He has an 18 ERA, my guy Jose Trevino. But the person who has struggled the most, Caleb Ferguson. Even Caleb Ferguson, he has a 4.15 ERA. He is literally right there with Wandy Peralta when it comes to ERA, and he costs way less than Wandy Peralta does, right? So when you look at our bullpen, like I said, the point about how you can normally have like 2 or 3 guys whose ERA is way over 4, and they could balloon your team ERA and make it look more than what it is. But when you look at our bullpen, we don't even have that. CC brought up Ian Hamilton. He has a 2.60 ERA. Even with his struggles, he would still be one of the best options coming out of the bullpen when you look at every other team in Major League Baseball. Yeah. When you look at the Baltimore Orioles, Ian Hamilton will be amazing coming out of that bullpen because they don't have a closer right now, right? So we got to see what we have. And like Erica pointed out in the chat, Matt Blake, he gets no names and he turns them into something. He's able to find the diamond in the rough. I want to switch gears just momentarily. Well, Erica just says this: bullpens are extremely important in today's game. It's the reason the Yankees have been able to scrape last wins last late in games. It's like having a good O-line in football. Games are won in the trenches. Absolutely. And shout out to my guy DJ Stills with a $2 super chat. He said, I lost all my winter weight. Now it's spring rose. My guy, I know what you're talking about, my guy. Shout out to my guy DJ Stills in the building.
And look what he's done with Weaver. Look what he's done with Weaver as well. Everybody hated on that signing. A guy who went through 3 different teams last season. Luke Weaver, they changed his approach, changed his delivery, and now the guy's got the sub 2 ERA. So
Yeah, he's hitting 97 on the gun too.
Exactly. Nobody thought
former
that.
first round pick. So the talent was there. I just want to take a pause real quick. We got over 240 people watching us right now collectively across all platforms. If you're watching us on X, if you're watching us on Facebook or Instagram, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube. We got about 50 people in the YouTube conversation. If you guys can, please smack that like button. And please, for the next 30 seconds, for the next 30 seconds, just spam the reactions. Just go through the reactions and just like them for the next 30 seconds. I appreciate you guys. But I want to switch gears and I want to talk about our ace, Gerrit Cole, who has started a rehab assignment. Gerrit Cole, shout out to my guy Cowboy Reg from Yankees Twitter. He said Gerrit Cole, the New York Yankees are close to getting their ace back. Cole threw off the mound in a bullpen session for the first time since he was shut down during spring training due to left elbow inflammation. Due to inflammation in his right elbow. Cole threw 15 pitches, all fastballs, but the results were positive. Cole threw 13 of his 15 pitches for strikes. The average velocity was 89 miles per hour. He just has to tick up that velo, right? This is a good day for me today. Cole told reporters after the session, and this is all via the New York Post. Gerrit Cole said, I was fired up this morning when I came in. I've just been missing it. So it's nice to be back out there. Yankee fans, I got to ask you, folks on the panel, I got to ask you, when it comes to Gerrit Cole, May 5th-ish, May 4th-ish is when he had his, that bullpen session. If I'm thinking the middle of June, right, you would say like that's a great guess right there for the middle of June. Damian, I'll throw it over to you and then throw it over to TC and then Grace. Give us your take about the possibility of Gerrit Cole coming back in the middle of June.
Man, you bring Cole into the fold, you might have the best starting five in baseball, compared to what we've seen so far in regards other than the Dodgers. So Cole coming back into the fold, man. Again, I'm skeptical. I'm optimistically skeptical. I pray that he gets through the next bullpen session pain-free, of course. But oh man, yes, Kendrick is killing Drake.
Facts.
Body
Facts,
Drake,
Erica.
Right?
Erica, I'm not sure if you saw our Knicks show, but I was saying on the Knicks show yesterday, Jalen Brunson is Kendrick, Tyrese Halliburton is Drake. That's how you got to look at this playoff series. Go ahead, Damian.
That's a fact. No, absolutely. But no, man, we got our ace back, man. You got Cole, Rodon, Nesta, who's pitching amazingly so far. Shout out to Nesta. A lot of people are, disregarding Nesta this year. And then, Heel, and then, of course, Schmidt, which, man, at number 5, you got Schmidt with a 3.5 ERA. So, literally, you're looking at the best starting 5 in baseball. And if the offense continues to chug along the way they have been the last few games, you're looking at the best team in baseball, not named the Dodgers. So, listen, with the Baltimore series, we lost the series 3-4, granted. But all those games were close other than that last game. These were 1-run games, 2-run games. So a lot of people are down on that series. I'm not, because this is a team that everybody's giving a lot of fluff to and a lot of hype around. Rightfully so. They're a good young team. But we stood up with those guys. And the only thing that held us back was our offense. It wasn't the pitching. So as long as the offense continues to do what it does, with Judge coming back, Glaber hopefully getting back in the fold, Doogie obviously was not in that series. Listen, man, we can take the division as long as Gerrit Cole is at 100%.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. My guy Richie Rivera for Empire State of Baseball, he says this is the hold your breath time for Gerrit Cole. These next few weeks will uncover the true story behind that elbow, and hopefully, knock on wood, Gerrit Cole, there's one thing we've been able to lean on: his mechanics. His mechanics have always been the best mechanics in all of Major League Baseball. He's been able to avoid injuries because of his mechanics. So hopefully that helps him when it comes to his rehab, and hopefully there's no hiccups. TC, let's get your thoughts, and I'll throw it over to Grace to get her thoughts as well. I'm going to throw out the link to the open panel around 12 o'clock, and when 12 o'clock comes, anybody who wants to join us for the open panel, you guys are more than welcome. We'll start with Erica question about Carlos Rodon. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, so with Cole, I know he's itching to get back out there. I mean, this guy's a gamer, and he can't stand being on the sidelines. But you know what? Our pitching has been holding up, and I don't want to rush him. I really don't want him to come back and then have a catastrophic injury because he came back too early. At this point, we don't need him right now. We're not struggling in the pitching department. So I would hold off as long as possible to make sure everything is feeling right in the elbow and the arm, and he can come back and give it 100%, not come back and, I think I'm about 90%. No, he's got to come back. And I mean, I know everybody's not 100% all the time, but close to it. So I don't want to rush him back. Even if it's late June, even if it's after the All-Star break, I'm okay with it. This offense is the key. The offense has to get going, and they're starting to come back. They're starting to feel it. We need, Gleyber Torres needs to get together. Anthony Volpe needs to, get it going again. And then, maybe we get DJ LeMahieu to give a little spark here and there and give some of these guys a day off. But I'm not rushing Gerrit Cole, and I hope he doesn't rush back. And I hope the Yankees are taking precautions, because if they lose him for this season, we need him in the postseason. And we don't need him right now. So if he can be right and have, be locked in for the postseason, because I mean, we're going to make it. I mean, if we don't make it, we're huge. It's a huge disappointment. So save yourself, come back, later than earlier. And let's go. Let's do this.
Shout out to my guy, The Save Situation. He said Tom McDonald is the most underrated. Tom McDonald is a trash rapper, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about. When it comes to Tom McDonald, this is what I'm gonna say about that. I believe Tom McDonald is as American the same way as I believe Drake is tough. Drake raps Drake pretends he's tough the way that Tom McDonald pretends he's American. Shout out to Grace Monroe. She stepped away just because her internet was lagging and messing up, but she'll be back with us on Thursday. Appreciate everybody in the conversation. My guy Crackle Nuts in the chat says Eminem. Listen, I always liked Eminem, but I've always been a fan of Kendrick ever since his first mixtape from back in the day. But want to switch to Eric says, man, I'm not even thinking about DJ LeMahieu anymore. He's a non-factor for me at this point with all the setbacks. And it's sad. And it's sad to see. He could help, but it would have to be a piece coming off the bench. He's a bench player. I think the day of DJ LeMahieu being the main focus point in the offense, those days are done. Those days are over. You need to put that thought and put that in the back of your head. I think when he comes back, utility infielder, second base, he could play third base, he could be first base, he could back some guys up. But the days of DJ LeMahieu being an everyday cod in the machine, I think those days are over when it comes to him. I'm going to put the link for the open panel is in the chat down there. If anybody wants to come up to the open panel, you guys are more than welcome to come up to the open panel to join the conversation. So I got my guy backstage. I got my guy NFE backstage. I'm going to bring up NFE first. NFE, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to rock out, my guy. All right. It's my guy NFE. NFE, salute, brother. How you feeling?
Good. Just wanted to jump on for a few minutes and just say what's up to the chat, what's up to the panel, what's going on. I know you guys talked about several different things, this was something I brought up on my show this morning about the Yankees bullpen. They had the lowest ERA in all of baseball, and there was a lot of question marks about this bullpen going into the season because they traded away a lot of pitching to get Juan Soto. They traded away pitching to get Verdugo. They lost some pitching to the Rule 5 draft. But they did a good job of getting some arms and getting these guys developed. They're absolutely just killing it, I mentioned, guys like Luke Weaver. I know some fans were trashing that signing, but I'm like, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he does. And look at him. He's absolutely just killing it out there. Dennis Santana, I know TC brought his name up. I've been very impressed with that guy. I've been very impressed with Dennis Santana. He's been coming out. He's been playing well. Clay Holmes, I know people call him Cardiac Clay, but you know what? Fine. You call him whatever you want. He's been doing well too.
Yeah, he's giving teams heart attacks this year.
Well,
not the fans. He's giving the teams heart attacks.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I want to bring up a super chat. Sorry, Crackle Nuts, I didn't see this. Thank you for letting me know. But Crackle Nuts with the $5 super chat. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on. He says TC Stills is better than caffeine. No need for coffee, Hector. My guy got to catch a Yankee game with you. Crackle Nuts, you got my number, brother. Just text me. Let me know which game, and I'll be there, brother. And if there's anybody in our space, in our community, that you guys want to catch a Yankee game with me, hit me up. Let me know. I like to sit in the cheap seats and just work my way down. So that's how I do. I get a cheap seat and I just work my way down. So if there's anybody in the community that wants to link up for a Yankee game, hit me up. Just hold on 1 second, just because I saw another chat. I don't want this to go by me. Yeah, Grace right here. Sorry, guys. I didn't even get to talk about my boy Stanton with his RBI double this week. Hopefully, they'll finish the work on my street ASAP. Grace, appreciate you, Grace. Thank you for helping me out. Grace Monroe, just to let you guys know, she's going to be the new co-host with me and TC. I'm saying this right now. She is the third person with me and TC. So shout out to Grace for being willing to have a conversation with us lunatics every morning. So shout out to Grace. Appreciate Grace in the chat. We got one more person backstage. We got two more people backstage. I got my guy Jason from 161 River Ave. Jay, let me get a thumbs up. I'll bring you up. My guy Jay, how you feeling, brother?
Good, brother. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Jason?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. How you feeling, bro?
Top of the morning. All good over here, man. Just driving little one from house to house right now. So I want to hop on and talk to you fine gentlemen this morning.
Nice. Well, we're having a conversation right now. Erica brought up the question about Carlos Rodon and his last start. I'm going to bring it up again just to let everybody know. Are you guys concerned with the last Rodon outing? Not sure if it was discussed. Jay, I'll start it off with you. Lead us in the conversation, Jason.
I'm not really particularly concerned about one start. It's not really a pattern yet, a bad start. He's had a good year. He's had one clunker. He picked the worst time to have it, but again, it's not consecutive clunkers. So I think you there?
Ooh, everything good?
You guys there?
Yeah, we good.
It kind of froze and cut out for just a moment. I thought it was just on my end.
No. I think StreamYard was having an issue. Okay. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think StreamYard was having an issue. Sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead, Jason. I didn't even hear what you said. Everything just froze. Go ahead.
I was just saying that, it's this, did he pick a bad time to have a clunker? Sure, but it's one clunker in a series of good starts so far this year. So I'm more concerned about what he does his next start, whether he rebounds and how he rebounds. So I'm not worried about that just yet. Rodon. But what about you guys?
I'll throw it over to TC if you want, and then throw it over to Damien to respond. Jason, if you don't mind, just turn your camera off just because you're driving. Don't want to violate terms of services with YouTube. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What are we talking about? Rodon?
Rodon and his last start. Is there any? Yeah. Go ahead.
With Rodon, it's tough to say. One bad start here in the middle of, he had two great ones. I don't know. It could be a concern, yes, but I think he'll bounce back. I think he should be okay. This location, he gave up too many home runs against the Orioles. He's just leaving that, that pitch right there, over the middle. I mean, he's got to work on that. So I'm not really that concerned about Rodon. I think he's looking healthy. His back's fine. I mean, he's hitting 98. He's working on pitches. He's still working on a changeup but I think he'll be okay. Everybody, I mean, he's feeding off everybody else. I mean, Stroman's looks good. Nestor's looking good. Heel looks fantastic. I mean, everybody is doing their part. And for him to have a hiccup like that, I think he feels bad and he's down on himself. But I think he's going to bounce back. I don't have any concerns about Rodon. I think he's be fine.
Go ahead, Damien. What's your thoughts on Rodon?
Same with sentiments with TC. It was a clunker game. I love to see that Rodon still has, that dog in him where he could throw 98, 99 when he needs it. He's pitching. he's actually pitching. He's being a pitcher this year. You know, adding the cutter, using the. I wish he'd use the changeup a little bit more, but I think it was just a clunker. I mean, everything will be. We'll see what it is coming this series coming up because he will be pitching against the Astros. So if he has another bad game, then obviously at that point we may have to worry. But you know, again, up until he gave up those big runs in that one big inning, he was doing all right. He gave up 3 big home runs, 3 solo jobs. You really can't be mad at that. But again, every pitcher has a bad day. Let's just chalk it up to a bad day until the next start.
Yeah, Jonathan in the chat, I deleted your comment by accident, but he put too many double plays, and this is a fact right now. Erica put in a fact. Aaron Judge leads the league in grounding into double plays. When I was on with Dexter on SNY, as of that recording from the Friday game, the New York Yankees hit into 40 double plays, right? I haven't looked it up ever since those last 2 games against the Tigers, but the New York Yankees is leading all of Major League Baseball with 40 double plays hidden collectively as a team. I know we're here talking about how good they looked against the Tigers and stuff like that. I get that. But if the New York Yankees, if they want to make a deep run in October, if they want to make a deep run in the postseason, leading the league and grounding it to double plays is a metric that you have to switch ASAP. We got one person backstage that I want to bring up. I got my guy Chris N and then Jonathan I'm going to bring up right now. I'm going to bring up Chris just because it's his birthday. I want to say happy birthday to Chris right now and to let him give his take. Chris, happy birthday to you, my guy. Let's go, Yankees. Brother. Let's go, Knicks. How you feeling, bro? Just let everybody know Chris just turned 18. He's able to go to the library by himself. He doesn't need his parents to take out a book from the library. So shout out to my guy Chris. How you feeling?
Well, I'll say this. I think I grew a centimeter, so I'm 5'2.5" now.
Oh, you could go on the roller coasters now, my guy. There you go. Right. I'm taking you to Hershey. I'm gonna go to PA and take you to Hershey Park. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I don't need my son to accompany me no more on the ride. So
no lifts in the shoes.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the boots. I'm gonna bring the boots out. No, I mean, pretty much what all you guys touched on. You know, just to run through it quick. I'm not worried about Rodon. I want Verdugo at the cleanup hole. I think that works out for him. I think it breaks up. Rich had made a point the other day. It breaks that Stanton, Judge, and Glaber and Rizzo, and actually as well. It kind of breaks that up. You have a good bat in between that. Clean up the double plays. The pitching again has been stellar without the ace. Who would have thought, right? Like Luis Hill was fighting for that 5th spot, and he might be number 2 right now. He might be number 1. You can really make a case for Luis Hill being the best pitcher in our rotation. So, it goes to our rotation. I think Nestor has been better. The bullpen is the bullpen. There's some worry there a little bit. But, the numbers continue to be great.
Hold on, wait. You missed this one. Hold on, Chris. You missed this one. Erica said, Chris, it's 80 degrees today. Why are you still rocking the face shield?
I got to go back into the cooler in a minute. I
was just about to say that he probably has to go back walking into the. Listen, when I worked at this supermarket called Zabar's in the city. I had to do the same thing, Chris. They had a special jacket that I had to put on before I went into the walk-in freezer because it was like negative 15 degrees. And the old Latino men, they are so old-fashioned. Like, bro, you can't walk in there without the jacket. If you do, your face is going to freeze still and it's never going to move. Damien, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about with that one. Chris, one question I want to ask you before you get out of here, because I know you got to do Yankees pod with Jimmy Randazzo. With the way that you see the bullpen performing right now, right? I know you touched on it a little bit, but with Clay Holmes, with the reinforcement coming back, Tommy Kahnle, Birdie coming back as well, is there a need at the trade deadline? Do you feel for the Yankees, even with the reinforcement coming back, we should still go out there to at least add one extra lefty and remove Caleb Ferguson from this bullpen? Or are you happy with what you're seeing from Caleb?
Caleb is one of the ones that he's had his up and downs, but I kind of believe in the kid. I don't know much about him, what he did with the Dodgers. The numbers look good, but it was a small sample size. I think in the next two to 3 weeks, you'll kind of figure that out. If he can continue to steadily get better and you see the stuff getting better, he's getting less big hits on him, then you can kind of, okay, you know what, he's all right. But if he continues to struggle a little bit, I don't think that'd be a major piece. I think if you trade for somebody, maybe you have that throw-in bullpen arm, where it's a secondary, and again, Matt Blake can bring, uh, a C+ guy to a B-, right? Like he that
Yeah.
guy that he can bring in, he can kind of bring up. So yeah, you kind of wait another 2 to 3 weeks to kind of see where he's at, and if he continues to struggle a little bit, then you add a piece somewhere. But if he doesn't, with Trevino, with Canely, and even Efros, like I'm not banking on Efros. I don't know what he's gonna be. I don't even know if he's ever gonna pitch. But that's another bullpen arm right there. And yeah, so I'm okay with Ferguson for right now.
Nice. Matt Kramer in the chat says, just wanted to shout out my own pitching coach and humble friend, Matt Blake, for curating the best bullpen in baseball for the last 3 years. Matt Kramer, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the follow the other day. I saw that. Appreciate you. If you ever want to come on to the open panel, you're more than welcome to come on. Please reach out to me. I would love to have you on and pick your mind and talk baseball with you, my guy. Salute to you. Shout out to Erica in the chat as well. Erica says, Luis Hill has the nastiest stuff behind Cole. They are ridiculous, a 1-2 punch when Hill has command. Then imagine seeing a guy like Stroh the next game with calculated movement. Absolutely. I think when you look at Marcus Stroman, somebody on Twitter said it. Marcus Stroman is the 2024 version of Greg Maddux, the way that he's able to navigate the strike zone east to west, north to south. He probably doesn't have the stuff of Greg Maddux, but I understand the comparison, the way that Marcus Stroman is able to operate east, west, north to south, and he's able to manipulate the breaking pitches. Like just you wouldn't think 5 miles per hour is that much of a difference, but the way that Marcus Stroman uses it, it is a big difference. NFE, I want to throw it over to you, my guy, to get you in on the conversation as well. When we're talking about Gerrit Cole, what's your take, NFE? I'm gonna swap you out right here. Go ahead.
With Gerrit Cole,
yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he's making progress. I'm glad he's pitching from the mound. As long as they don't rush him back, I know. What are they saying? Him returning back around June or so?
Yeah, the Yankees haven't officially said it, right? I'm taking a guesstimation since he threw that bullpen May 4th, May 5th, and we can't trust him at all, like TC said. So the middle of June, I know somebody put in the chat. Chris, I think you put it in the chat. June 16th is the last game against the Red Sox in that series. So if you're guessing, it's probably around that time, June 25th or June 20th, around that time. That's when the Dodgers come into town. So we can have him either for that series against the Red Sox or for that second series coming up against the Dodgers, NFE.
I got you. Well, I mean, like I said, as long as they don't rush him back and he's continuing to make progress, that's all I really care about. But credit to the Yankees rotation without Gerrit Cole. They have been pitching well, right? I know Rodon had a rough outing in his last one. I know that question was asked about if we're concerned for Rodon. Personally, I'm not. I'd say he's off to a much better start this year than where he was last year. I mean, last year he didn't even have a spring training, so the guy was hurt this whole and all of last year. I feel like I don't think he was ever 100% healthy. But I'm not concerned with Rodon. And like I said, this starting rotation, even without Cole, is doing great. And with Cole, they're going to be even better. Then the question does become who is taken out of that rotation. And that's going to be a tough one right there. It's a good problem to have, but that's going to be a very tough one. But
no,
wanted to close it out with that. And then I do have to head out. So I hate to leave early, but I do have to leave. So thank you for having me on.
Of course, brother. Like always, it's an open door policy. Guys, make sure you guys go support our friend NFE in the Strike Zone. He does amazing content. He has a show. He goes on earlier on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He started doing a Yankees post-game show as well. And NFE's doing Yankee Spaces as well. NFE, keep killing it, bro. You just killing it with the content, bro.
Appreciate you, gentlemen. And thank you to everybody else. Have a good day, everyone.
You as well, brother. Peace to you, bro. I'm going to bring up one more person. Jonathan, I just want to give you your kudos before you got to dip out, bro. Anything that you're working on, let the people know where they can find you. On Twitter, just let them know the timings and stuff that you go live, bro.
Was that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. 12 to 1, Yankees pod. Usually I do something at 1, Allentown's Finest. And that's more of a after Yankees pod. We kind of just shoot the shit there, but There's always Yankees, Knicks, and Rangers talk in between there. Let's go. And listen, let's get this Boston versus New York thing going in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Facts.
Let's get it. And before I get out, my one Giancarlo of the day, baby. I got to mention him every time. Big hit the other day, to get that win versus the Tigers. He continues to steadily get hits. This is not the old Giancarlo. Before it was strikeout, bomb, or nothing. And now it's like he's getting major hits in big games. The average is never going to be 290, 300, 280. But as long as, and again, I said this the other day, he's going to strike out. He'll have that 2-week slump, 1 week and a half slump where it's a lot of strikeouts, bad swings. But he just seems a lot more consistent than he's been the last 4 to 5 years. And that's major for us. So keep it going, Giancarlo. All love, my brothers. I appreciate you guys. TC,
I appreciate
Dame,
you, brother.
All love. Everybody
Happy birthday, my man.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy
Enjoy
birthday.
your birthday, brother.
Appreciate it,
Have a
brother.
great day.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, bro. Chris is gonna go have himself a Yahoo chocolate milk with a straw in it right now to celebrate his birthday. That's my guy, Jonathan. Let me get a thumbs up, Jonathan. Let me know you're ready to rock out. It's my guy, Jonathan. And shout out to the save situation. I'm still thinking about Tom McDonald. Canada's not sending their best when it comes to Drake and Tom McDonald. Canada is not sending their best. Go ahead, Jonathan. Just get your take on the conversation. Go ahead.
Sending their bench players.
Yeah, it's sending their worst.
Well, Rodon, I think in regards to Rodon, I think he has to work on not giving up the home run. As long as he keeps the ball in the ballpark, I think he's going to have a very good season.
Yeah.
The
He
home
looks
run,
healthy.
the home run is what's going to hurt him.
I think somebody put it. I think Erica put it in the chat and other people put it in the chat. Rodon, he has pitched very great against crappy teams. He has pitched horrible against the good teams, right? So I know we're facing the Houston Astros today. Let's see what happens. Could we get 6 shutout innings from Carlos Rodon? We absolutely could. Could we get 3 runs, could we get 3 innings, 6 runs, and 3 home runs again? We absolutely could get that again. It's 50-50 with Carlos Rodon, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I'm glad that we're not just relying on him. Marcus Stroman has been pitching phenomenal, right? Luis Hill has been pitching phenomenal. Clark Smith has been pitching phenomenal. If you had to list tier-wise, it would be Marcus Stroman, Luis Hill, Clark Smith, and then Carlos Rodon. It's kind of weird saying Carlos Rodon is the last one out of that group because he makes the most money. He makes damn near $30 million a season. He's at 26.5 or 27, whatever it is. So Carlos Rodon, I'm going to need you to step it up. I like seeing what you did against the Marlins, against the Astros when we first opened the season. I'm going to need you to start keying in against the Orioles, against the Blue Jays, and against the other good team in the American League. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Can I give you what I think would be the key to tonight's game will be?
Go ahead, bro. Before you do that, Erica, let me get a thumbs up. I'll bring you up while Jonathan is talking. Let me get a thumbs up, Erica.
Today's game for Rodon is to keep the ball in the ballpark, not give up the home runs.
Yep.
And honestly, try not to give up a lot of fly balls. As long as he doesn't give up any long balls, I think he's going to have a good game.
Yeah, I personally, I see what you're saying, Jonathan. I just want to piggyback off of that. I'm gonna need Carlos Rodon to command the strike zone better, right? It's easy for us to say that, oh, well, I don't want him to give up the home run. I don't want him to give up the fly ball. I need him to command the strike zone better. If he commands the strike zone better, then he won't give up that home run. Then he won't give up that fly ball. Then he'll get that ground ball when needed, right? Go ahead, Jonathan. I wasn't trying to come for your point, but go ahead.
What would you be happy with? What would be acceptable for you in terms of a pitch count for Rodon in terms of a 6th or 7th inning? If it goes 7th inning, how many pitches would you like him to pitch minimum?
I think the Yankees, when any of their starting pitchers, it does not even Carlos Rodon, if any of those starting pitchers not named Gerrit Cole, once they get to close to 100 pitches, the alarm starts to go off. The alarm starts to go up like we need to get the bullpen up. We need to get this guy out. So when it comes to Carlos Rodon, 95 pitches, 96 pitches. I don't think the Yankees are going to let Carlos Rodon go over 100 pitches. If they do, I eat crow and I'm wrong, right? And honestly, Erica, I'm going to throw it over to you, my good friend. Go ahead, Jonathan. What you saying?
Maybe since you worked at Zabar, you can say you eat Zabars.
Yeah. I'll eat the Zay. First of all, the cronuts at Zay bars are amazing. Go ahead, Erica.
Really quick, I gotta go, fellas. Hector, as always,
Damien, my brother,
TC, my
love you,
brother,
bro.
Jonathan. Good seeing you, Erica. Love your takes. Looking forward to hearing them on the way home. And everybody have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later.
Be safe out
be
there.
Safe, my brother. That's my guy, Damien Serrano. Go ahead, Erica.
Oh, what's up, guys? No, I just wanted to say hi. I feel like I've been a little bit MIA. Plus, you guys didn't have the stream on Thursday while I was on my way to Camden Yards to watch them fail again. But I'm glad that they came out victorious with the.
Did your mom have a
and...
good time? That's all that matters. Did mom have a good time?
Of course, and I got a tan, so you know what I'm saying. Win-win.
There you go. It's a win-win. There you go.
I got pretty close up. I mean, you can't beat it, right? You go to Camden Yards, you pay $100, and you're literally right behind home plate. So that was pretty cool. I was in distance of yelling at the team to wake up, and like I was giving them some hell. Let's just put it that way.
Well, you should have got Boone ejected. That's what you should have done.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get yourself ejected.
So yeah, no, but I wanted to say hi. I know I've been busy at work, so that's why I was kind of more heavy in the chat. But it's a weird feeling with all these New York teams winning, right? Like we're always used to the Yankees being in it, but the Knicks last night, the Rangers the day before that, Rangers playing tonight. The New York, it's Rangers, Knicks, like all week. It's crazy, and the fact that the potential is to see two Boston teams in the next round and both is kind of crazy. And also shout out to Hector with the interview for Joe Girardi. I checked that out. That was cool.
That's
hope
right.
to see you at one of those events one day, because I literally
First
live
class.
like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, well, there's a few coming up. I'll message you about them. They hold on. Matter of fact, while you're on the screen, while we're here, thank you for bringing that up. With the Woodbridge events that are coming up. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. They got Nestor Cortez will be in Woodbridge June 23rd. Nestor Cortez will be there. Gary Sheffield will be June 23rd as well, but Gary Sheffield is going to be in the afternoon. Nestor Cortez is going to be at the nighttime. June 9th, Hideki Matsui will be at Woodbridge as well for autograph signing. And then Saturday, July 20th, Mr. Clark Smith would be at Woodbridge as well. And then again, this month, May 19th, Oceanport, New Jersey, at the Baseline Social, Monmouth County. Willie Randolph will be in the building. This is an event that Keith McPherson is emceeing. Our friend Frank Luna is putting on together. I'll be there May 19th for that one. Go ahead, Erica. Any of these events, just let me know. I'll send you all the details and flyers. You just let me know which ones you could come to, E.
No, I mean, I'll try to come to all of them. Just the ones that have happened recently. I had plans or, family and stuff got in the way. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I just wanted to really come through, say hi. Yankees look good. They should take the series against the Astros, but Astros are always pesky. I hope that they don't do the F Altuve chants. I'm so over that already. Yeah. And it always comes back to bite us in the ass. With everybody, it seems, right? Like even with the Knicks and stuff, you just once you get them started and they just come back to bite you in the ass. So I haven't been watching Yankees in a way that I dissect every pitch, which is actually good for my mental health and my blood pressure, because if I did, it was starting to get to me. But I mean, obviously watching every game, but I'm just watching it a little bit more lax now. So yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation and just hearing what you guys have to say.
Last Thursday, I'm just saying this real quick. That Knicks game, the closeout game against Philadelphia, I was at the local bar. It was the fourth quarter. And in the middle of the fourth quarter, you just heard randomly "fuck Altuve" chants. Why are we screaming out "F Altuve" at a bar while we're watching the Knicks? The Yankees aren't even playing. Why are we screaming out "F Altuve"? That was a bit funny. But Erica, you brought up Carlos Rodon in the chat, and just to let everybody know, we're going to be rocking out for the next 10-11 minutes. We're going to close it out at 12:30. You brought up Carlos Rodon. Let us know your concerns about Carlos Rodon. What's your thoughts about his last outing, and is the panic setting in when it comes to Los?
No, I was just curious how you felt about it. There's no panic on my end. Honestly, I think that he was forced to throw a couple extra pitches. Obviously, the defense wasn't helping him. The home run that he gave up again, the first home run that he gave up was, I still don't know how that went out. The ball was flying. The fact that you give up a 400 plus home run to, you guys hear me?
You good?
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good. We can hear you.
Hello?
No, you can. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
She might not be able to hear us.
Erica, you may have to refresh it. We can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, hold on. Erica, we can hear you. I'm gonna put that in the chat, and then I'm gonna bring it up on the screen so hopefully she can see it. Okay, Jonathan, I'll throw it over to you. Okay, Erica. Yeah, Erica, she's gonna refresh the joke. Jonathan, I'll throw it over to you. Predictions for tonight's game. Yankees, we're coming back after an off day. What do you expect?
Well, it's Verlander against Hill, so I expect a pitching matchup going I expect a really hard pitching matchup. It's going to be like a
here it is.
Verlander.
Oh, Erica, we was hearing you. I was typing in the chat. Look, I was typing, Erica, we can hear you. I was bringing it up to the screen. Go ahead, Erica. Keep cooking. Sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead.
I don't know I don't know what you guys heard or not, but
no,
yeah,
we heard everything. We heard everything about Carlos Rodon. You was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was getting at is the fact that he gave up, like you could tell the ball was flying. You give a 400 plus foot home run to Jorge Mateo. Like that's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Was it a bad, like it wasn't the best pitching performance? And also I understand that not everybody is gonna watch baseball the way that we watch it, right? But when I hear in the stands, there was a guy that was walking through the corridors at Camden Yards, and he's like, "Oh, could have paid Yamamoto, but no, they decided to go with this guy, and this is what happens." And I'm like, "Do you not even watch baseball? Like Yamamoto was never coming here. Like, what are we doing?" Or other people that are like, "Oh, just when we think Carlos Rodon's gonna turn the corner," I'm like, "He's been pitching great at a sub-3 ERA up until this. Like, what are we doing?" So I'm not, you game by happens and start, but yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, when you look at Yamamoto,
drop them.
Robot.
Yeah, it's I think it's the internet's acting up.
They're working on the internet everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, they're working on the internet everywhere. We're about to get ready to wrap things up anyway. Oh, there it is. Erica, you back now? You good? Hold on. Yeah, it's just the internet acting up. The internet technology is crazy nowadays. Sorry about that. I just want to say this real quick when it comes to Yamamoto, because I know I have been watching from a distance and hating. Erica, can you hear me now? You good? No, I don't think she can. I think it's just the internet froze. When it comes to Yamamoto, I've been hating from a distance. Yamamoto, he has a 2.91 ERA right now. You remove his first start against the San Diego Padres, where his ERA shot up to 45. You remove that, Yamamoto has an ERA under 2. So I was hating from a distance when it comes to Yamamoto, but it seems like Yamamoto has turned it around. But at the end of the day, it's still the LA Dodgers. When it comes to that, Jonathan, we're just going to do a rapid fire around. I'll throw it over to you. Give us your predictions for today, and then I'll throw it over to TC and then Erica, and then we will wrap things up. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Well, I think it's going to, as I said earlier, I think it's going to be a pitching duel. Verlander versus Hill. I think they're both going to be very hard to hit against for each team. And, it might come down to the simplest walk or hit. I think it's going to be a pitching duel. And Yankees, I think the key to the game is to make Verlander hit his mistakes, make him throw more than he's expected to throw, make him work, and get to him and try to get to him early if they can. Basically, think of it like they used to do with Pedro.
Yeah, that's a great. And listen, when it comes to Luis Hill, he battled against Corbin Burns. Luis Hill, he's been going up against the aces of other teams. He's not going up against the 5-starter or the 4-starter. Give credit to Luis Hill because he's been phenomenal going up against the best pitcher on the other team.
I think currently in this current rotation without Cole, I think Hill could be the number 2 pitcher.
Yeah,
I say it's Stroman. I say it's Hill, and then I say it's Cortez. And no, wait, I say it's Stroman, Hill, Cortez, Clark, and then Rodon. TC, I'll throw it over to you to get your take real quick before we wrap things up. What's your predictions?
Yeah, tonight against Verlander. Yeah, he's always tough. But in Yankee Stadium, I think I think we're going to get to him early. I think we just can't wait for the home run. We got to do some, especially to get out of the double plays. We got to put men in motion. Take lessons from Verdugo, lay down some bunts here and there. Just put runs on the board early. Let's not get down. I honestly think it's going to be a walk-off tonight. I think it's 4-3 Yankees walk it off tonight.
Okay. Over and under is 8.5. What's your over? You going over or under? You're under? Okay. Erica, I'll throw it over to you to get your take. We're going to get ready to wrap things up. What's your predictions for tonight? And with the 8.5 over and under, where you going with it?
I just want to start this off with, I hate Justin Verlander, but God damn it, do I respect the hell out of him. The dude has a 2.08 ERA. He's 41 years old, just coming off of a major surgery. Like, what is he made out of? And I really hope that the Yankees just smack him up today. But you never know with our bats. Like, you really don't. Is my connection working, or I don't know what's going on today?
No, you're good. You're good. You're still trying, but it's good though. It's good though. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. So, to me, the key is getting into the Astros bullpen. It's been the key, I think, with a lot of the matchup that the Yankees have had this season, right? And that's what I was saying before, that bullpens are extremely important, because the Yankees have been taking advantage of bad bullpens with good teams. So the fact that they have the best bullpen in the league is phenomenal. I think the Yankees take 2 out of 3. We're going to be seeing 2 really good pitchers, and then tomorrow, this guy has a really bad ERA, which means naturally the Yankees probably won't hit against him, but they'll somehow scrape by a 2-1 win. Yeah. So yeah, as long as they win the series and continue that going, then that's fine for me. I can't really tell you what I predict, because like I said, the offense is so inconsistent this season that it's either going to be 8 runs or it's going to be 1. I've seen it firsthand for 3 games already. They got shut out 2 games I went to, and they only scored 2 in one of them. So I do think that they'll take the series though. And over under today, I'm going to take the under, because again, it's Verlander, and he's just disgusting.
Yeah. When it comes to tonight's matchup, I'm right there with you, Erica. When it comes to Justin Verlander, I can't stand Justin Verlander, but at the same time, I respect the hell out of him. He is a gamer. He is a true baseball lifer. This is a guy that, as a pitcher, he's the last pitcher to win the MVP, the Most Valuable Player award, right? I think that right there says a lot when it comes to how phenomenal he was in his prime. And even at the age that he is right now, he is still could be a top 10, top 15 pitcher in Major League Baseball if he is healthy. The key is if he is healthy. This is a guy that this is where having A-Rod, this is where it bites you in the butt. Because Justin Verlander, I would have loved to have him pitching for the Yankees, but he would never come to the Yankees because he's married to Kate Hudson, who is A-Rod's ex-girlfriend, right? So this is one of those scenarios that having A-Rod as a former Yankee bites you in the butt, because when A-Rod does ESPN, when A-Rod does Fox, whenever A-Rod is there covering the games, do you think Justin Verlander is going to want to entertain Alex Rodriguez? Hell no, absolutely not. But folks, appreciate all of you guys. There was somebody in the chat asking about our bullpen. Last year, our bullpen, #1 bullpen in all of baseball when it comes to the ERA, right? But we were worse when it comes to allowing the inherited runner to score. This year so far, even though our bullpen statistically is the best bullpen in all of Major League Baseball, we are second behind the Chicago White Sox in allowing the inherited runner to score. So that's what happens when you have pitchers that pitch to soft contact. If there's a runner on third with less than 2 outs, they're going to score on a ground ball. They're going to score when the ball gets put into play. So this is why I'm saying the Yankees, if they do make a move at the trade deadline or whatever they do, they need to bring in someone who can strike people out coming out of that bullpen. You need a strikeout arm coming out of that bullpen to fix that stat. That's the one stat that I think would bite us in the ass. But again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, TC. Thank you, Grace, the new 3rd host over here on Yankees Morning Brew. Thank you, Jonathan, Erica as well. Thank you always. Always appreciate your insight. Always appreciate talking baseball with my friend Erica. And for those folks in the chat, until next time, drink your water. Say something nice about yourself. Canada, send your best, because what you're sending right now is not your best. Drake is trash. Tom McDonald is trash. They're all trash.
They're not like
Canada
us.
Dry is they're not like us. There you go, Erica. They're not like us. And American bacon is better than Canadian bacon all day, every day. That's all I'm gonna say. But until next time, deuces. Where's the outro? I can't find it. Here's the outro.